Now that TikTok's getting banned, we just reached 24.9K. Hello. I wanted to take this time to talk to you about something difficult and important. As a few of you might be aware, I've been getting super into my fitness lately, doing a lot of Pilates, trying to embrace a healthier lifestyle for 2025, and during that process, I consume a lot of. While I'm working out, I like to watch stuff about fitness and healthy diets, healthy recipes, and make a few thirst traps here and there because I'm feeling good and I'm proud of my progress. I've come a long way and I like to show it. And I was watching some content, I made some content, and then I started watching content again. And my TikTok algorithm quickly figured out some things that were going on up here and started sending me eating disorder TikToks. Like, not just like, I'm all for, expressing what you're going through or expressing what you've been through, talking about these things, and people with eating disorders shouldn't not be allowed to exist online because of the way their body looks, or even people that don't have eating disorders but they're just naturally small, or they work really hard to have the body that they have, and they do it in a healthy way, and people just assume that they have an eating disorder. Back to the point. You're allowed to exist. TikTok started sending me pro-Anna content because the algorithm knows things, okay? I haven't intentionally consumed pro-Anna content since I was maybe 16, 18. I've worked a long way in recovering. It's always an up and down, and I don't really super want to go into all that. But they started sending me the kind of pro-Anna content that I haven't seen online since Tumblr back in like 2015, 2016. Because it's banned on most platforms. All platforms, as far as I know, it's pretty widely, blocked out. Like, if you look it up or anything, you won't find anything. And they were just shoving it down my throat. And I don't mean that. The kind of content that was extremely harmful to anyone who has experienced eating disorders. And it was just every post, and going to the comments section, all the comments were, I'm commenting so I can stay on EDTT, eating disorder TikTok. What? And me back in like 2015, 2016, I probably would have been one of those people, like, secret searching all over the internet looking for that shit, and then TikTok just has it right there. Post after post after post. Not just like showing skinny people. That's not the problem. It was telling you to starve yourself. Oh, you can go one more day. Nothing feels as good as, or nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. Pro-Anna content. Like, starve yourself content. And then not kidding, the next day, TikTok was shoving food content down my throat. Videos of people eating, just pictures of food, like unhealthy food, healthy food, a surplus of just food. And this might seem like, oh, that could be a good thing, if people that were watching content about starving themselves and then they see food, maybe it'll trigger them to eat. Well, if you've ever actually experienced an eating disorder, especially, like, I won't say especially, but, like, from my experience, like anorexia, that kind of content is something you consume when you're gonna watch that content instead of eating. You know, somebody in that state might choose to watch a bunch of mukbangs, watch the Food Network, because as much as they don't want to think about food, the only way to replace eating after a while is to just watch people eating or look at food and pretend you're eating it in your head. So this algorithm knew, like, step by step what it's like when somebody's in relapse and was encouraging a relapse, and then what it looks like when somebody's, like, getting really bad into it. And my algorithm, I couldn't look at it for days. I'm not in that place anymore. I've been doing good, but the amount of harm that something like that can do to someone is insane. And I had no words. And the only way I was able to fix my algorithm was to go into the search bar and start, you know, typing in the things I wanted to see. I started typing in, like, healthy this, healthy that, which I know can be a trigger word as well. But, you know, I just started searching all the things I wanted for myself. Apartment aesthetics, 2025 manifestations, stuff like that. Things to get my mind off of it and change my algorithm again. Because if you don't change your algorithm intentionally, you will stay stuck. You'll be, you know, I would get on cleaning TikTok and, you know, I was manic and I was feeling good, and then it was like my brain and the algorithm communicated, and it was like, it sent me to sad talk. I was getting all this stuff about and depression. What you consume online, you will get more of. So be careful what you consume. But this isn't just a TikTok issue. This is, you know, I'm sure across a lot of platforms. You know, people find ways around, you know, being able to make that harmful content. So if you get stuck in this kind of thing, I know it's hard, and especially if you're in recovery or you're still in your struggle and you start getting that kind of content, it's really hard to say no to yourself and intentionally remove yourself from those triggers. Because it's an addiction, and yeah, so I know it's hard, but this is not when we're going to fade away. This is not where we're going. We have a long, and we're going to keep moving forward. The things you want, the way you want to feel, you can achieve that through a healthy lifestyle. And I know we hate that word, but it's true. You know, and some expectations for ourselves are just unrealistic. And they won't feel good. So if you're struggling, as much as it sucks, remember you have free will. You have the power to curate what goes into your mind and your body and everything else. So this is the time that we are going to take control.